Hello Skillr Boxers. Today we bring you the second part of the pound for pound skill series. In this video we will analyse the best skills of the remaining 6 boxers from the top 12 pound for pound list, helping you elevate your game even further. This pound for pound list features the remaining 6 boxers of the list. And as we already mentioned in the previous video, this list is in no particular order. So let's begin with the 7th boxer of the list. Terence Crawford. Crawford's ability to work from both stances allows him to present different looks to his opponents and exploit specific weaknesses. Not only is he comfortable switching stances, but he also has the innate ability to switch hit mid-combination. His footwork is well crafted, and his understanding of distance control is exceptional. He often uses his lead hand to probe and measure his range from the outside. However, if we had to highlight his best skill, it would be counter-punching. Although he can pressure his opponents, Crawford's counter-punching ability truly stands out. His footwork and distance control allow him to capitalise on counter opportunities. When his opponents fall short with their attacks, Crawford quickly reacts with counters, often in the form of looping shots.
Urgency that I was talking about that Sean Porter hoping that
the body punches, 28, and there is!
He also possesses the ability to throw his attacks while his opponent is punching, particularly against more lazy or less committed attacks. In such instances, he often counters with hooks or overhand punches.
Interested in engaging right now. Now he waits. Gets nailed again. He drops him on his nose. And Kenny Baylor doesn't bother to count. He's knocked out.
In cases where his opponent refrains from attacking, Crawford often baits them with his signature 2-3 combination from the southpaw position. Most opponents tend to cover up, allowing him to land power shots.
They can't let that happen.
except right combinations up top like that. He made a point before.
Crawford comes into this round having landed 100.
However, sometimes after the straight 2, his opponent attempts to counter, but Crawford, anticipating this, throws a lead hook, timing a perfect counter himself. Now, let's take a look at the next boxer and his best skill. Tyson Fury. Fury's tall and long frame, combined with his distance control, makes him one of the best fighters at outside range. His mastery of the jab allows him to control fights from a distance and set the rhythm. Offensively, he mixes looping and straight shots effectively, often following his jab with a rear hook, making it difficult for opponents to defend both the front and sides of their head. His constant feints add unpredictability to his arsenal, making his shots even more precise and difficult to read. But while his offensive arsenal is impressive, his best skill is his defensive game. Even though Fury has an incredible height in 6'7" and a reach advantage in almost all his fights, his defensive game is solid all around, not just from the outside, but also in mid-range.
Staying cool and calm, and as he did then, he's looking for the shot. He hasn't come in here, he's looking for the one punt.
Acting as the scorer for this contest, opt in any way as yet, Barry.
Well, it's the movement of Fury.
And he looks like he's just warming into it. Perfect.
Now, being that Fury is such a tall opponent, most try to close the gap and fight him on the inside. But despite Fury's size, he still remains to be one of the slickest guys at heavyweight and has great footwork and distance control to keep the fight on the outside.
I think he wants to lean back, want to take a step back when Hammer comes forward.
It's not getting into position to land big shots. He tried there, but it was...
It's because sometimes being so tall can be a curse because you're a bigger target to hit.
His long arms also allow him to easily pin and keep the opponent in place, hindering them from getting in too close as well, while getting them to cover.
This jab. He was using the jab. Steve's almost done. Look at this.
What's impressive about someone as big as Fury is his slick head movement. Fury's defense is built upon his great reactive abilities.
Yeah, but it was all an arm shot, and it was.
Instead of trying to use his hands to block, he banks on moving out of the way, evading any incoming shots.
Animated advice. You put tear across.
He also shows great awareness of the distance and is able to pull off head rolls and move his head just the necessary amount to make his opponents miss. The only time he ever really blocks a punch is when the opponent throws it to the body. This is also another reason as to why he keeps his hands down so low. This also helps with his head movement. Since his body is always well guarded, most of his opponents won't bother throwing so many body shots. Instead, they'll go for Fury's head, which he is already anticipating.
Problems to Fury, and of course he's a...
However, Fury also has a solid clinch game and knows how to use it when he needs to.
Directing his movements, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because of Fury's size advantage over most of the heavyweights, he can also use his clinch offensively.
Possible for you.
Yeah,
because my hand here.
Yeah.
I want to step back, same. My control. You see? Threshold. Look. Push me. Ball. Push. You know? Impossible for you.
And he just caught Steve Cunningham with a nice right hand there, and Steve's got it.
Not really hurting his opponent, but tire him out.
But this is where he needs to beat the work. And doing Tyson doing what you said he was going to do, just leaning on him, using all that weight.
Whenever he clinches up with an opponent, he puts his body on top of them, capitalizing on his weight and strength advantage to drain his opponent. Now, let's go to the lower weight classes and analyze the next boxer. Naoya Inoue. One of Inoue's most devastating skills is his liver shot. His combination of speed, accuracy and power makes this shot extremely effective to a very vulnerable area. However, what makes his punches land cleanly is his ability to set up his shots. He frequently punches down the middle to close the opponent's guard, exposing the sides for a powerful body hook. He also uses a fast jab to control the rhythm, offset his opponents and set up his rear hand. But while his setups make him more unpredictable with his power punches, his power comes from an often neglected fundamental skill. Whole body sink. What makes Inoue so special is he will use the most fundamental concepts of boxing and take them to the highest level of perfection. A concept that is not talked about often in boxing is the whole body synchronization. This fundamental concept is what gives a boxer power and keeps him safe.
Show that he's tough. You got to show you're tough while still.
Experienced boxers understand that boxing is not a game of using your hands. You have to use your whole body in all of the movements you make.
But he's not letting his...
Inoue's power has become the main highlight of his style, and it is because of his polished technique that he has such power.
Yeah, it's the muscle right above my hip, Sean. I just can't use my leg.
All of a sudden felt the leg go dead, right?
Right leg. I tried to push off. When I come back out, I tried to push off and I went, nah.
Yeah.
The concept of punching with your whole body is called kinetic linking. Kinetic linking is what allows a perfect flow of energy through the body, resulting in devastating punches.
A shutout loss, no matter.
Take Inoue's cross as an example.
But sometimes it's big right hand!
The punch does not start at the hands, but at the feet. The rear foot drives backwards into the ground. The energy travels up the leg, twists through the hips, and into the large muscles of the back, chest, and shoulders. Like the coiling and cracking of a whip, the energy multiplies through leverage as it flows through the body, travels out the arm and fist, and snaps into the opponent.
But sometimes it's big right hand there from Inoue, and Maloney takes it and he takes 2 steps back.
You can spot this concept taken to the highest level by Inoue in this liver shot.
He's starting to settle down and land some
thrown with his whole body weight behind, that when snapping, it drives him completely backwards. But having great body synchronization is not only a fundamental used when punching, but also when moving defensively. As you can see when slipping and rolling, he won't just move his head, but his whole body, which allows him to have the correct posture and balance at all times. While this is a basic concept, it is the level of detail and artistry of Inoue that elevates his game so much. Now, his great understanding of weight distribution also grants him excellent stability and balance.
Creating the opportunity for offense. Now you see the head movement. Something he has taken great pride in. Remember, he took...
One of his greatest and most underrated skills is his ability to maintain perfect balance at all times. Great footwork and head movement, along with his perfect balance, make him such a complete fighter, allowing him to easily transition from defense to offense and vice versa. Now, let's take a look at the best defensive boxer on the list. Shakur Stevenson. Like Crawford, Stevenson excels at counterpunching. His ability to time opponents while moving in and out of range is outstanding. As a tricky southpaw, he is a master of controlling the lead hand game, employing various control techniques to manipulate his opponent's guard. It is in fact his lead hand that allows him to measure distance so well, being his best skill. Distance control. Shakur is more comfortable fighting from the outside. That is why his style is mainly fundamented in keeping the right distance at all times.
Go, feint and go, feint and go. He may get hit in the process, but he's got to. If he came here believing in that,
a distance where he is able to hit his opponents, but they are not able to hit him. He is always alert to his opponent's attacks, and is able to evade them by either doing a small step back,
fighter you often get,
or a lean back.
Just a threat.
Every time
watch your feet. Stay off.
Gonzalez stepped forward, what does Stevenson do? He steps two steps back right there.
It seems really simple, but that is his most effective and most used defensive techniques.
So if you notice with Shakur, he always moves out in straight lines. You know, occasionally he'll turn the corner, but you see, again, he moves out in straight lines.
He does not have to worry about which punch is being thrown, as he just steps out of range where his opponent cannot hit him.
Wants to be in the sport.
The key to it is his footwork. You will notice he is always in position and ready to get out of range, usually placing weight on the front foot to push back quickly whenever the opponent throws. He does it by constantly readjusting his foot positioning to never be out of position.
Again, there it is.
You can easily spot it by looking at how many times his opponents readjust their feet compared to Shakur, who does it constantly.
Probe, trying to set up something up top.
Another great tool he uses to control the distance are probes. he will extend his lead hand to get a reference to how far or close he is to his opponent.
You kind of expose yourself for the uppercut, also dangerous. You kind of expose yourself for the uppercut.
He will also use parries and block on a solid Philly shell guard, mixing it up in a complete and almost impenetrable defense.
No, look, you ain't got to play defense, so when you throw the jab, go ahead. Swing!
Important for Stevenson.
Oh, damn, how you grab your hand?
Yo! I'm trying to show him
that nigga defense so bleeding.
Apart from his defense, he also knows how to use the ring to his advantage with his lateral movement. He will move around the ring to control the pace of the fight and maintain the fight on the outside. From a slick boxer to now a pressure boxer, but highly skilled also. Artur Beterbiev. Similar to Fury, Beterbiev has an elite feint game, which, combined with his relentless pressure, wears down opponents quickly. His ring generalship is elite, maintaining center control for the majority of the fight. Additionally, he possesses a solid defense and footwork. But Artur does his best work at close range, being his best skill.
Clinch fighting. If the opponent's back is against the ropes, then a lot of them will resort to clinching up with Artur, but Artur is the type to keep on fighting even when he is in this position.
10-second mark in round. Cannot be against the ropes, in the corner,
and at one of his own. Same thing. I mean, I think that just goes to show you how hard this guy can truly hit. And you said it yourself, of the ring.
And a right hand.
Often punching over their guard to the side of their head.
Centuries Beterbiev comes clocking in.
Tremendous ways to overcome. And Porter.
Or physically trying to break away from it even before the ref steps in.
One of the more...
This is so that the opponent has no real time to rest and Artur can keep clobbering them.
Gets Beterbiev in the corner. Again, Beterbiev has to fight out. He drops.
It is also due to his wrestling background that Artur has the strength and technique to push guys around even when they get a hold of him. His effectiveness when clinch fighting is also enabled by another skill of his, which is his ability to generate power with very short punches.
Missed.
He does not need to wind up at all to hurt you. Rather, he throws most of his punches straight down the middle, and that is already enough.
What strikes you is crisp, sharp punches. He doesn't wing them. He doesn't telegraph them. They're sharp and they're fast.
He don't load up. And that's a mark of a good pro.
He took this fight on short notice. Oh! You need to get back into the boxing gym. And was that another knockdown?
Almost looks effortless in the way he knocks people out.
Oh! Johnson goes down the right hand.
Grew up in Chechnya. Oh, my goodness me.
And he also throws these touch type punches in between his combinations. He's not the type to throw every punch hard. Rather, he will throw quote unquote weak punches as a means to create openings and throw the hard ones once the opening is there. truly the signs of high boxing IQ.
He might really be hurt with Beterbiev. All over him. And down he goes.
Now, let's take a look at another skillful southpaw and the last boxer on our list. Junto Nakatani. In our opinion, Nakatani is the best long-range boxer on this list, and for several reasons. Like Shakur, he has elite lead hand control, using posts and pins to destabilize, blind, push, and pull his opponents while maintaining distance. He also utilizes probes to measure distance and set up his perfect 1-2 combination. While his cross is his most effective shot, his best skill overall is his ability to throw a variety of long-range shots. Nakatani's combinations rely on precise weight distribution. While throwing the cross, he shifts his weight from the back foot to the front, creating the momentum needed to follow up with a lead uppercut or swivel jab.
Into these shots. Nakatani, he looking for that uppercut.
That was the feint you were looking for.
That's
right
the
there.
feint,
And
yes.
that caused shot.
Maloney to get inside.
Which can also transition into a lead hook. His lead hook is especially interesting because he throws it with different hand positions, either vertically or horizontally. The horizontal hook is particularly effective against opponents who duck or move forward. A similar technique to Manny Pacquiao's lead hook.
Forward for the first time in the third round. Beautiful counter shot by Pacquiao.
Which he explained in this clip to Naoya Inoue.
It's not like that, it's not like that. You have to...
The vertical lead hook often can get evaded by ducking under it. But with the horizontal lead hook, when the opponent ducks, the trajectory can be adjusted.
That's it, just occupying that space, keeping them at...
You will see Nakatani use it exactly like that, adjusting the trajectory of the shot in a downward motion to catch opponents with even more precision.
Nakatani.
Working his way in. Bell rings, I'm coming ring. So you want to.
He also excels at landing shots off the center line, especially rear hooks and overhands.
Tani's trunks and it's all Acosta's blow.
He will often keep the distance and remain out of range, waiting for the opponent on that back foot. When he wants to attack, he will transition his weight from the back foot to the front foot, and at the same time, with his head off the center line. So he does a diagonal with his head placing weight from back to front foot, while releasing his rear. Due to his long reach, he can be extremely precise, while remaining on a safe spot. Nakatani is equally adept at targeting the body from long range. Using similar positional principles, he steps forward to land his rear hand to the body, adding versatility to his arsenal. As we have seen, many of these elite boxers share key skills that you can learn from. Each fighter applies their skills in a unique way, tailored to their temperament and physique. Now, you can study these techniques and implement them into your own boxing style. But now, we would love to know your opinion on the comments. Which was your favourite skill? And as always, if the video was interesting, you can find more in our channel. And to your left, there's a video specially suited for you.